Irbad Ibrahim. Today is International Labor Day, what we choose to call May Day in the Republic of Ghana. And there couldn't have been a better time for the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, to announce a groundbreaking program that is meant to employ over 100,000 graduates in the Republic of Ghana. Of course, this country has been plagued by many years of graduate unemployment. And today, we do a critical analysis of this flagship government program and also speak to a gentleman who has gone through all the rudiments of higher education. He has a first degree in political science. He has his master's in international relations from LESIAD, Legon Center for International Affairs and Diplomacy. But guess what? This gentleman is a taxi driver. To put it mildly, he's an Uber driver. It promises to be an interesting analysis and using a case study of a master's student or graduate and serving as a commercial chauffeur, so to speak. You can't afford to miss it. Stick and stay with us. I take a short commercial break. When I come, I introduce my guest. Welcome back. His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo in Kumasi earlier today launched Nation Builders Corps. And the essence of this flagship government program is to end the woes of hundreds of thousands of Ghanaians that go through the rigmarole of education from preschool up to the highest level of education, but they end up unemployed. Some have blamed this on IMF conditionalities that have been in place since the time of the former government. Others have also said for the past half a century, successive governments have not been innovative enough to provide a conducive enabling environment to provide jobs for graduates. There is even an association for unemployed graduates in the Republic of Ghana. Today, we are privileged to have a very hard-working second degree holder in the person of Senyo Bedao. Senyo,
thank you very much.
You're most welcome. How was your day?
My day was fine. It's quite interesting because of the public holiday. There's a lot of moving around.
How did you spend today? Did you have a holiday chilling out somewhere with your family? Because today was meant to be a public holiday. You were out on the street driving?
I was out on the streets driving. I need to make some money every day so that at the end of the week I can make some accounts and settle certain bills that I have to take care of.
Okay. Well, did you make time to listen to the president today?
Unfortunately, no, but I read a few articles concerning his speech. Some talking about his ideas concerning the Nations Builders Corps and some rebuttals of some challenges some people are already seen without it being implemented, already seen issues with.
Okay. Your story is quite a groundbreaking story. It's interesting. For most people, when you even get to the high school level, you should have the skill set to be able to be employed as a messenger. You'll be doing some white-collar job somewhere. Yes. Take us through your education and the challenges you faced throughout the period. To an extent, you even acquired a second degree and you are still unemployed, not lucratively employed up to this time.
Yes. I had secondary school education at St. Paul's Secondary School in the Volta region. Well, that was my second secondary school education. Okay. I did my first secondary school education in Nigeria. Okay. Yes, where I gained valuable experience in core courses which are not done here, like elective biology. In Nigeria, is done as a core for everybody. So when I came back to Ghana to acculturize and get to know my own country's systems of education, I came back to St. Paul's, and there I got to understand the rudiments of the Ghanaian educational system. From there, I moved to the University of Ghana, where I studied political science, archaeology. I did a little bit of geography and resource development, together with some economics. But I graduated with a degree in political science and archaeology.
Someone would argue, is it that you've not tried hard enough for first degree holders to be distributing application letters all around town and to hit the jackpots in some cases? Is it that you've not pushed enough? Tell us how you've gone all around Accra trying to secure a lucrative job.
I will tell you how it first started. Initially, I thought, it was going to be a smooth ride. I would take my application to a few places and they'll say, oh wow, you're qualified, we'll give you a call, come and start work. Initially, that was the initial, sense, But after a few tries, first of all, you wouldn't even get a feedback. When you follow up, it's like you're disturbing the officials, the people working in these institutions, and you go back hoping that you get that call, and it never happens.
In Ghana, there's this culture that when you drop an application letter, there's even no acknowledgement of receipt.
I don't remember getting any message or anything that your application has been received, especially when it comes to institutions, except when you go to HR companies. They'll say, okay, you've received it, all right, we'll work on it and all of that. But when you go to institutions, you get to the front desk, you tell them you want to see the HR, they tell you, you cannot see the HR. Or if you can see the HR, you wait for the whole day, you don't get to see the HR. Well, even if they take your application, nobody tells you anything. They said, okay, you would hear from us. And it becomes a line that you hear all over and over again. And it becomes very frustrating.
Some have even devised smart ways of circumventing the receptionists.
Yes.
Because some even feel their application letters don't make it
leave the reception.
Even out of the reception.
Yes.
So it's a bit of a challenge. Is it also that it's one thing to have a rich resume, and it's another thing to know how to prepare it to catch the eye of a potential employer? Haven't you taken one of these seminars and courses on how to prepare a CV?
Oh yes, I have followed Jobberman Ghana for some time.
What is Jobberman Ghana?
Jobberman Ghana is an HR company. Yeah,
which is online, I suppose.
Yes, it's also online. I've contacted them, followed some of their courses and their podcasts, and tried to tailor my CV. And I've also attended programs in that respect when they are marketing and looking for people to bring in their CVs and all of that. I've attended such programs and hoped that, okay, the CV would go some distance.
Okay. But then all to no avail.
All to no avail. All to no avail. It almost feels like if your CV doesn't get to the decks of who has the power to do the recruitment or is interested in recruiting you, nothing will happen.
There's been an age-old cliche that to secure a job in Ghana is about whom you know. And they've taken it a notch higher. You don't only need to know people, you need to be known back.
Yes, you need to be known
Is it that you've not had contacts in the past 10 years or so to use that as a leverage to secure a job? And is this a myth, or it is true that competence is not the yardstick, but nepotism and cronyism are the main sources of jobs for Ghanaian graduates?
Well, I don't want to be in a position to be judgmental when it comes to issues like this, but it's become a belief amongst friends of mine who I've found in this situation, because if you go to certain places and you meet certain characters who are holding certain positions, you begin to wonder that, are these people actually qualified to hold these positions? Even if you sent your applications to these places, would you even get a look? And I believe that, yes, you really need to know somebody and be known back.
And you go to state institutions and there is an old lady sitting at a desk, all weak and frail. Maybe she's past the retirement age of 60. Isn't there a way of shedding off the old guard to make room for young, agile, and exuberant people like you with fresh ideas?
Oh yes, there is. I believe it has to do with our pension system and our severance packages that are prepared for people who have been in the public service and also in the private service. I believe that because sometimes there are packages they know of that they would get when they retire or cut short their working life might not be lucrative enough for them or encouraging enough for them. They prefer to stay longer till the retirement legal requirement age.
We'll soon discuss what you do on a typical day as a master's degree holder and an Uber driver. But you know, we live in a society where your younger dependents will always rely on you because you are the big brother or you are an uncle. And how have you been able to explain to your family that times are hard? The 2.5 decades you've spent in the classroom and lecture halls, you've not started reaping the dividends yet, so they shouldn't put you under too much pressure.
Well, I really rely on their understanding and their compassion when it comes to issues like this. Explaining to them is quite a difficult thing to do because when they have invested so much in your education and they are not seeing the benefits after a second degree, it becomes frustrating. In times past, you probably need only a high school leaving certificate or a first degree and you are fine. But these days, it comes to a reality that a second degree is not even a guarantee. Even if you are a professional, it's not almost a guarantee. But if I have any advice for anyone, I would say person should seek for a professional certificate or professional training.
That is informative. You mean people shouldn't go through the formal system as usual from your WASSCE, you do a first degree, then you do a master's and possibly a PhD. Are you recommending that they go for ACCA or a technical certificate?
Yes, I believe that these technical certificates are given a different consideration. They feel, the belief is that you spent time in learning a specific thing, and this specific thing is something that organizations need on a daily basis.
But in Ghana, those of us who even attended high school, for those that couldn't make it to SHS and went to a vocational or technical school, they were seen as second fiddles to us.
Yes, it's unfortunate, but they are the ones that are able to put food on the table today. Because we need the carpenters today, we need the electricians today, every day. And the moment you call these guys, they have a fee that you have to pay. Even before they do the work for you, you would pay them for just lifting their screwdrivers or their hammers. So I think that these professional courses, these vocational courses should be very much encouraged.
So are you encouraging artisanry? I have a friend who recounted an anecdote to me that he had a younger relative who decided to quit school quite early, and he went to Magazine. Magazine is a popular, sprawling mechanic center in Kumasi. And already he started putting food on some people's, tables. So they were always accusing me, why waste all of your time in school? Do you think merging secular or formal education with artisan acumen, you are in school, but you can mend stuff. You are in school, but you can be an electrician. Do you think that hybrid will be the way to go now, rather than straight jacket education? You become a booklong, so to speak, until you think eventually you will stay in an air-conditioned office and put on a suit and a tie.
Yes, in my GSS, I actually did my GSS too in the Volta region. I attended Amazing Love Secondary Schools. In my time, we did a lot of technical, we had technical drawing, we had technical skills, and these were courses I enjoyed. In fact, at the time, I always thought about architecture as a beautiful thing because of technical drawing. But at a point, you realize that, oh, okay, let's read more book. You know, I enjoyed reading, so I veered off the passion for technical things and ended up reading a lot more. Well, the encouragement for reading was there, but the encouragement for technical, professional things, vocational things weren't so much available, because the belief is that you have to aim high, so high, and you would reap the benefits, and that's the prayer till today.
Senyor Bedao is a master's degree holder from Legon Center for International Affairs and Diplomacy. He studied international relations. He's an unemployed or underemployed graduate. He's an Uber driver. Do you have a similar graduate unemployment story to share? You can reach us via WhatsApp from now on 0552 225 911. I repeat our WhatsApp line, 0552 225 911. We'll be glad to read your thoughts, and very soon we'll open the phone lines for you to also speak. Ghana is a nation of slogans and titular appellations. First it was NYEP, then it became YEA, then somewhere along the line, helping people in small-scale businesses, they came with NEIP, and now we have NABCO, and Nation Builders Corps. How do you feel as people who keep, scouring for jobs, but every now and then, the minister for the sector came out to say today or yesterday, is in the person of Honorable Ignatius Bafo-Iwa. He says, government in the past 15 months has created up to 1 million jobs. So when you hear some of these things and you find yourself outside the bracket of those who should be singing Hallelujah or Allahu Akbar, how do you feel? Are these only, titles or slogans with nothing significant and pragmatic on the ground?
Well, I believe there's some benefit to what they do in creating such opportunities. I believe some people get to benefit from such opportunities, but I don't believe that a greater number of people, gets to reap from these policies. I think it's just for some few people who get to the opportunity to. I think such programs have benefited people, cushioned people for some time. I believe that it doesn't have the longevity to it. And this longevity is a problem. If after a few years or a few months, NYEP or YEA, sustains people, and after a while and it collapses, what happens to the people? Do these institutions get to keep these people on? But I believe that if a second look is put on it, some benefits, it would become a very good program.
No, but have you taken time to go to the Secretariat of YEA to look at a model that fits into your expertise and skill sets, and you didn't get the opportunity, or have always relied on the private sector?
Well, I had relied on state policies for employment at some point. It was the NYEP. That was after my national service. Even though I worked also in Parliament in helping a member of Parliament in his work as a research assistant, I also went to the NYEP office to look at models that I could help in. Well, I was given the opportunity for about a year plus, but after that there was nothing else I could do about it. But I believe that if the opportunities for teaching can never end, people want to learn, and I believe that somebody like me who has studied a bit, I can always teach. It's something that one could do. and enjoy.
Yeah, many people really want to go to a teacher training college,
Yes.
and start earning some allowance,
Yes.
before going into mainstream university education. That didn't cross your mind because you didn't think you would come up against such stiff unemployment regime.
I taught at some point in my life. When I was in secondary school, I taught younger ones in the junior secondary school. I never thought that I would need to have a teacher's certificate to be a teacher. I felt that once you have acquired such knowledge, you should have the opportunity to teach. But I realized that for you to get such opportunities, it's either you went through the teachers training system or you put your application directly at the Ghana Education Service.
We shall soon go and listen to His Excellency the President. A message from a viewer. His name is Eric from Latebi Okoshi. He says, "Good evening, Iribad. The launch of the Nation Builders Corps is a good agenda by the government to create jobs. I would urge unemployed graduates to apply to help build the nation." And another texter says, "I think this is the greatest TV show in Ghana. Keep up the good work. Our leaders don't care anything about us." You could also share your opinions via WhatsApp for now until we open the phone lines. Our WhatsApp line is 0552 225 911. I repeat, 0552 225 911. You can share your thoughts with us on this text line. I'll ask you one last question, then we go and listen to His Excellency the President. Some people have said, say no to this, program because sustainability has not been explained yet. And then number two, you are only going to get a pittance as your allowance, 700 Ghana cedis a month. This is when your take home cannot even take you home. What do you have to say to people who are pessimistic about this program His Excellency launched today?
Well, I would say that they should.
But then from your Uber driving, you make more than 700 Ghana every month?
Yes, I do.
You make approximately how much a month?
I make approximately 1,000 cedis a month.
For a master's degree holder?
Yes, I make approximately 1,000.
And you aren't too young?
Yes, sir.
You have a wife?
No, I'm not married.
Okay.
Yes.
So should they go for a 700 Ghana a month salary and allowance?
Oh, no, knowing that it's the government and the government might not be able to sustain anything that is too huge for them. I think they are trying to limit it to what they can afford to distribute amongst people who they take on this project. Yes.
Okay. Senor Bedao, we go for a commercial break and listen to His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, when he earlier today launched Nation Builders Corps, a flagship policy program to create jobs for graduates in the Republic of Ghana. Stick and stay, we'll be back shortly.
NABCO will be the vehicle to deliver 100,000 jobs in 7 prioritized areas defined as the following modules: Educate Ghana, Heal Ghana, Feed Ghana, Revenue Ghana, Digitize Ghana, Enterprise Ghana, and Civic Ghana. Module qualification and recruitment processes and all the essential criteria, along with detailed information, are all available on the website of NABCO, from where initial applications will be received. The website's address for the receipt of applications and any other information you may need on the scheme is www.nabco.gh. nabco.government.gh. After the end of this ceremony, the web portal will be open to begin receiving applications from graduates as long as they are citizens of this country and have duly discharged their national service obligations. There are no charges or costs and no paper application forms to fill. Everything is being done online and on the website of NABCO. This will optimize efficiency in the processing of applications, as well as afford the opportunity for checking with other available national databases to prevent fraud. With the application processes closing on 1st June 2018, it is expected that by 1st July, selected applicants will become this country's first NABCO trainees. Who will receive training and will be deployed to commence their work by 1st August 2018. For the attainment of equity and fairness, every constituency has a stated allocation out of the 100,000 placements. This has been worked out based on a weighting formula, thus ensuring all constituencies, large or small, adequate representation. With the ultimate aim being to help guarantee employability of these graduates, placements would last for a period of 3 years, earning them a stipend of 700 Ghana cedis every month. This is a modest but important beginning towards the restoration of their dignity. Beneficiaries will also receive continuous skills training and retraining on the job, both to equip and guide their future career paths. The security offered by this graduate employment scheme implies that graduates have sufficient time to make prudent choices on their future entry onto the labor market, on potential interests of starting businesses and entrepreneurship, and even on definitive clarity on further learning options, guided by experiences and the benefit of exposure to the world of work. NABCO is placing particular emphasis on some essential core values that are key to building and transforming a nation, and which will be imparted to beneficiaries. Values such as integrity, professionalism, hard work, patriotism, and good customer relations are deemed crucial for any nation to achieve significant output from the productive efforts of its workforce. In establishing performance indicators and standards for NABCO trainees, the scheme will deliberately target evaluative efforts on them to ensure the trainees exit comprehensively preferred for the labor market. Ladies and gentlemen, I hear you asking, what is going to be done about persons who do not have diplomas or degrees? The answer is this. NABCO is freeing up the Youth Employment Agency, YEA, of the burden of dealing with everything to do with the employment amongst the youth, especially graduates. NABCO is granting YEA extra absorptive capacity to concentrate on non-graduates. YEA will also recruit 80,000 non-graduates this year. Whilst NABCO commences recruitment of 100,000 graduates. Government's commitment to job creation will not end here, but will be accelerated through the implementation of our flagship programs of One District, One Factory, One Village, One Dam, and the program for planting for food and jobs. We're also creating an enabling economic environment for the private sector to thrive, which will drive in investment, foreign and domestic, and thereby help create jobs. I thank my brilliant, hard-working Vice President, Alhaji Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia, who has led this effort tirelessly, and all those who contributed immeasurably to making this day possible. To all our young graduates who qualified to enter this scheme, NABCO is yours. Own it and help something meaningful and fulfillment happen for yourselves and for your country. Be proud to say, I am a nation builder. And this country will be thankful to you too for rising up to the challenge. I believe very strongly that Ghana is in the cusp of a bold new beginning, which will repudiate the recent culture of failure. Accordingly, I declare the Nation Builders Corps, NABCO, duly launched.
You're welcome back. Just gone by was a speech or an excerpt of the speech of His Excellency the President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, saying some really sweet things, and saying that this program is going to be very swift. By the 1st of June, that's next month, you must have submitted your credentials, and screening will be done till the 1st of July. And by the 1st of August, there should be people in various offices and fields working. How does this timeline come to you? Is it assuring enough?
It seems quite ambitious, and I hope that they can keep up with their own timelines.
And His Excellency says your placement can last for 3 years. And for pessimists, they may think between now and 2020, when we go to the polls, it's just a little shy of over 2 years. So is this a political gimmick to get re-elected, or if you think His Excellency and his government have a genuine interest to solve the long-standing unemployment problem with graduates in Ghana?
I believe it's a genuine interest, and I believe that it's an effort to solve this problem. As to whether it's a political gimmick, 2 years is enough time to judge whether the program works or not. And I think that if it's designed in such a way as to encourage people and it's giving some people livelihoods, I think then it's a success. But if in 2 years something like this program does not assure people within the core of how it's going, then I think it is also going to be a marking scheme for the sitting government.
No, so let's assume I'm a graduate, of course I am, and I'm unemployed. So I go through the screening and selection process, I get the job, and after 3 years, what happens?
Because that's the challenge with a lot of these political programs. They have a time limit, a time frame, and these time frames, well, it really depends on the ability of the person in the core to get something else to do, not being assured of what happens next. He has to also look out there and see what he can get to do after the call.
Okay, a few text messages, and you can send yours to 0552 225 911, 0552 225-911. This is from Ejenim. Ejenim is sending this text from Suhum. He says, the nation builders core thing is a palpable lie. And that is the view of Ejenim. And Al Hassan from Takrady says, the launch of this NAPCO is merely one of the political ways of taming heated citizens. I pray for my brother in the studio to get a job. Then Samuel from Sunyang says, you will go to public offices and see old men and women who cannot even stand on their feet, still occupying positions. Why, he asks. This is madness. Please keep your messages a bit decorous for us. So, just as we clean up people, ghost names from the pay salary structure, do you think there needs to be a cleanup exercise to make sure anybody who uses a football age, so to speak, the person looks 65, but in the person's birth certificates they are 50. Is there a way you think you would recommend to government to clear some of these old people to provide a vacuum for younger people who have the competence to occupy the positions?
Yes, the only way I see a cleanup process being done is by improving the severance packages and the pension packages for people in office today, so that the younger people who have more energy can take their positions and help build the country.
Okay, you may now join us via phone. You can call us on 0302 904-768. The number will soon be displayed on your screen. You can call 0302-904-768. Are you an unemployed graduate? And do you find the launch of Nation Builders Corps as a panacea to a long-standing graduate unemployment issue? A text message from Omar Musa says, it's about time we came together to forge a national consensus on nation building. The hallmark of nation building is nationalism. Ghanaians must determine their own destiny. Keep the messages coming. There is a caller on the line. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Yes, good evening. My name is Idris Isa.
And you're welcome to the show, Idris.
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, Idris, I can hear you.
Yes, I'm calling from Shukura.
In Accra.
Yes, in Accra, in suburb of Dansuma.
Okay.
Yes, in fact, I'll first and foremost want to congratulate you on this noble discuss. And I'll urge all you to tune into this program because it's very educative.
Thank you.
So, I congratulate you on that. And in this country, I don't know,
can you speak up a bit, my brother? Your voice is a bit inaudible.
I'm saying that in this country, nepotism and cronyism has become the hallmark of our political leaders in employing the youth. As a result of this, hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Make your point, bro.
Yes. As a result of this, most youth don't see the potential that they have. They think even if they do their best, they will not be recognized. Unless you belong to a political party, or you have family members, or you have church members or mosque members who have the privilege of being top managers in most corporate organizations. And I think this thing should be a thing of the past. For a nation like Ghana to develop, we have to do away with this kind of nepotism.
Okay. Thank you so much.
We will progress.
Thank you.
Progressing as a nation.
Okay, thank you so much for making time with us from Shukura. You may also call the phone line on your screen or send us your WhatsApp message on 0552 225-911. Hello, your name and where you calling from?
My name is Atipo and I'm calling from Ashama, Lebanon.
Okay, welcome to the show, Atipo.
Thank you very much, Ibra. First of all, I want to congratulate you for being very straightforward and with a genuine mind. We need people like you to speak their mind and to say exactly how they see things. I'm very happy. It's unfortunate that after going through school for over 2 decades or so, because to do master degree is not a small program. And I want to just say one or two things about the Nation Builders Corps program. And I think that at one time when I was attending the program at the Sabdani district, one of my pioneers, my role model told us that there is no bad government. It's just that everybody has their own ideas about doing things. And I think that the president of Ghana, Nana Akufo-Addo Dankwa, he is doing what he knows is best for our unemployed graduates. And I think that everybody will get their own share of this program. Those who will take it lightly and think that maybe it's for some political gimmick or maybe and therefore they will know how to call it patrol.
Okay.
How do I put it?
Yeah, your point is well made. Thank you so much for making time. You may also call onto the show or send us a WhatsApp message on 0552 225-911. Before I take the next call, this is coming from Tando from Achim Swedro. He says, good evening. This program is not going to solve unemployment. Our leaders, he means the program that was launched by the president today. Our leaders are not going to help the youth. The value is the same with all political parties. That is quite pessimistic. Hello, your name and where you calling from? And kindly lower the volume on your set.
Hello.
Yeah, hi, your name and where you calling from?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, this is Benjamin from Upper East.
Benjamin from where?
Upper East.
Okay, please make your point, Ben.
Actually, I don't have this addition to thank the president for coming up with this crucial thing to have the youth for one of this country.
Okay, thank you so much for making time. Thank you, Ben. Yes, thank you, Ben. The texter expressed quite a pessimistic view that leaders don't have the youth at heart.
Yes, I see it from a very interesting position because this.
Sorry, I'll be cutting in from here. Sorry about that, Senor. Hello, your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, Mr. Solomon made a point. He talked about the vocational training programs.
Please, can you your name and where you calling from, please?
Please. So.
Hello, yeah, you're making a good point, but please, I say your name and where you're calling from. Okay, go ahead.
To the Builders Corps program because most.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
We need to encourage our children to take up practical technical programs that can help them to find something doing when they finish schooling. So yeah, you did make a point that going to school and learning, going to apprenticeship at the same time, how would that? It will be very, very useful, especially when you can take up apprenticeship for 1 year into electrical or any other technical programs.
Okay.
Then, especially on holidays, if there could be models like that, I think that the Nation Builders Corps program can go a very long way to help all these unemployment issues.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for making this valid point. 0552 225-911 is a text message and is a WhatsApp line to send us your messages to 0552 225-911. Hello, your name and where you calling from, please?
Hello, my name is Manatiko. I'm calling from Kokoria.
Okay, from Cove Town. How are you, bro?
I'm fine, sir.
Okay, speak up a little bit.
Okay, I'm fine, sir. Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you. Make your point, bro.
Oh, all right. Now, I want to say kudos to the government for this program. You know, most of the time, if you graduate and you apply for a job, most of the jobs that count, you know, it's like you're supposed to have some experience, 3 years experience and all that. Now, what I see with this program is that it's going to equip the graduates with the needed experience so that will be marketable on the job market. All right, so if you're a graduate and you're at home and you're having a job, you have the opportunity to do something for 3 years without the experience and also earn some amount of money, you know, so that you wouldn't feel like a burden to your family and all that. So
Okay.
I think that it's a very laudable program. It's very service and it's going to help the youth, you know, so that we can market ourselves.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for calling onto the show. You could also join us via text. I'll read a few of your messages. The WhatsApp line to use is 0552 225 911. Senor, you've heard the views that have been shared by people. Someone mentioned partisanship. In your endeavor to secure yourself a job, have you ever had a sense that you were denied or deprived because you weren't a card-bearing member? But let me take this caller. Hello? Hello. Good evening, my brother. Thanks for making time. Your name and where you calling from?
I am Eric.
You are?
Eric.
Eric from where, Eric?
I'm calling from Japan.
Okay. And speak up a little bit, Eric.
Okay. I'm calling from Japan.
Yes, I can hear you. You can make your point, Eric.
All right. Yes, I was trying to encourage that it looks like we always want to blame government for the inability to help the youth or the graduates with employment. But I feel that churches also have something to do when it comes to creating of people.
Yeah.
You know, when the church is not really teaching the people what is inside them, the giftings that are there in them. It's not only the books that teach the talent. The things that we have to learn are not only the knowledge. There's a lot that we learn that are not in it. But all the time we want to let it look like it is when you are going to school that you have something you can offer. You get it. My Christian gets a pay not because he's writing anything in a book. He uses his body and the physical body is running every day. So if you have anybody in Ghana who can also start exercising from one end to another, very soon you'll be in the Olympics. You'll be getting money.
Okay, thank you so much for making time. You are our last caller. Thank you so much. And Senor, let's discuss your business and your future. And this Uber car you are driving is not your bona fide property.
No, it's not.
You work and then you make sales to somebody.
Yes.
So how do you envisage your next 4 years or 5 years? And what appeal will you make to captains of industry to consider you, so to speak, and other young people who have graduated and hold a first degree or second degree? And you can freely share your email and your phone number.
Yes. In respect to my Uber business, I see it as a means to an end.
Yeah.
I feel that this would give me the opportunity to raise some funds to venture into private business a small business of my own, and as well as probably acquire another vehicle of some sort.
No, but if you earn 1,000 a month, how long will that take?
Yes, it will take a longer time, but you see, it's about opportunities, and I feel that what the venture in which I am in as driving would give me the opportunity somehow, by God's grace, to get some other vehicle, probably on a higher purchase condition, you know, which would also be useful. I've gone into financial institutions to seek opportunities of working to own my vehicle, but it seems that almost all the financial institutions want someone who already has the money in his account, or who already has such revenues, cash flow buoyancy for them to support such a business. They don't seem to want to take risk in the young people trying to do some business.
Okay, so if I had a company and I wanted to employ you, how can I contact you?
Yes, you can contact me on my phone number. It's 0240 320 510, and my email is senyogbadao@gmail.com. It's just my name @gmail.com.
Okay. Kindly consider Senor Bedao a very affable and eloquent gentleman. He drives an Uber, even though he holds a master's degree in international relations from LESIAD, University of Ghana. Reach him and have a discussion with him on 0240 320 510. 0240 320 510. Till we come your way tomorrow with another edition of Time with Irbad Ibrahim. Thanks for making time, and good night.